And in that moment, those girls from earlier shouted over, they were like, hey, so sorry to bother you, but can we have that picture now? I was like, yes, you bloody can.
I can't wait for this. It's going to be such a nice chat, you know.
I think it's going to be nice. I am going to poop myself. Why? I don't know. It's cool, but like, the cameras are bigger than I thought.
My goodness, Nxdia, it is such a pleasure to meet you at last. I've been a fan for so many years now, and I just love the supercharged nature of your music. It's all crystallized in a debut mixtape last year, an EP for 2026. You've played some of the world's biggest festivals, your own tours. I mean, you are non-stop. So thank you for stopping by, and we can get to know the brains behind the music.
Thank you so much. I mean, I'm a huge fan of yours as well.
Oh,
so this is
it.
just really, really exciting, and you've just said a bunch of really nice things. So I'm like rightfully embarrassed in such a lovely way. So thank you.
Oh, sorry. Do you take compliments well?
No.
Okay.
No,
well,
no.
They'll stop there then.
No, well, that's actually for the best. Thank you so much. That's great.
The new EP, Lovemesick, it dropped back in April now.
Yeah.
It is a wicked compilation of 4 tracks. We've described it as a manifesto on love, obsession, desire and heartbreak.
Well.
Is that accurate?
Well, I would say, for sure. Yeah, there was a lot of feelings going on. But yeah.
Tell me about the title of this EP, Love Me Sick. It's all one word. Why?
I rush everything. I feel like everything that I say that's honest and like vulnerable in a way that I feel embarrassed about, I just smush together, and I'll say very much like quite quickly.
Love me sick. Just kind of, yeah,
Thanks,
choke it out.
Sorry. What was that? Who said that? Crazy.
But it's also the title track of this record, the first single in it too. What I got from it, and please correct me if so, is it relatively touches on this idea of self-loathing and wanting people to make their minds up on whether they like you or not relatively quickly so they don't waste your time? Or is it a more personal reflection?
That paints me in such a better light than like what it's actually about. So like I wish I could be like, you got me. But more so like, it's one of those things where I need you to be completely obsessed with me. I need you to be completely besotted with me. I need you to be sick over me, because I'm not someone who's ever like thought about weddings. I never thought about relationships. When I'd imagine my future, I just thought of like some New York City apartment with like some cat in it and probably some leather couch, you know, whatever, a piano. So I never was very romantically centered. So when it is a romantically centered thing, I'd need them to be disgustingly obsessed with me. I mean, honestly, this whole process of the EP was me getting over a breakup that I had. Like, it was my first long-term relationship, which it's hilarious to say that knowing it's my longest one, and it was like a year. I'm like, yeah, guys, just long term, I'm here for the long haul.
Yeah, but they're all valid.
Yeah.
And if you felt love, then that's
it was
horrible when it comes to an end.
Yeah, that was it.
How have you been able to translate that into the sonics of this? Because I know I love the kind of push and pull and the journey you take us on from starting quite quietly and then it becomes explosive.
I mean, I don't know if there's something kind of weird about how I listen to music or like my brain when it comes to this stuff, but I feel like when I hear any kind of sound or song, anything like that, my brain automatically tries to understand what would go over it. Like maybe it's like the Glee effect. I don't know what the hell is going on. Shout out, but like genuinely, I don't know. I can't listen to something without putting another thing on top of it. And I think what really freed me up in this process and what made me feel so just creative again was where I would get like bored and I'd want something to change, or where I'd naturally want a different sound, or where I'd want the tempo to change or whatever. Like, there are no rules and it's so fun to just like mix and match and do all that stuff. So I wanted it to be sonically consistent in terms of the electronic and the darker sounds, the changes and the moves and stuff like that, but still genre blending, because it was a really complicated situation. And like each of those songs represents a really distinct part of the kind of breakup and like the relationship for me. So I just wanted them to sit in that world, that pocket as an experience.
Is it chronological, this EP?
Nearly. Nearly. Obviously, Lovemesick is very much about that whole toxic mutual obsession and wanting someone to want you so desperately and like wanting to do that in return, like feeling intensely, even though it's super toxic. And then it kind of moves on to Balance Beam, which is very much like, oh, if I can't do anything right, then yeah, I'm gonna go out and do everything that I want to do. Like, you assume the worst intentions anyway, so it's like I might as well go out all night with my friends. We'll like get drunk. We'll do whatever stupid. I think it was Me Up Next. That's post relationship. It's more the getting over people by getting under someone else and doing that whole process, which
Tale
is
as old as time.
Yep, that's it's definitely a way of processing things. Hey, you
Can
know.
we talk about that track quickly though? Because I
Sure.
love the lyrically, but also the dissonance in the guitar riff. I find so interesting. Where did that idea come from? Because the notes don't necessarily feel like they should sound good together, but they do.
Tom Stafford is an incredible, not just musician, but producer. And when we came to doing Me Up, it's just something that's kind of stuck in our approach to music and trying to make this like weird noise that's really interesting and keeps you kind of like, I think I like this. I don't know. And then you do. And you're like, okay, this is sick.
Yeah, and having the space to be experimental and fluid. And as you say, not have any rules. I think that's so great about this EP in particular. I know there's elements of feeling a thing across this EP in terms of song structure, so to speak. But to have a tale of two halves, I think that's really clear in Anchor, the last track
That's
on
my
the
favourite
EP.
one.
Why?
First of all, it's like the whole concept of someone who was once something that like grounded you, being someone that's like now dragging you down. I love it so much. Not only is it just like so fun to sing, but I think it gives it the flowers while also just like burying the hatchet in a way. It's like, this isn't right, this isn't working, but you are someone who was so important to me. Like, I don't think of relationships really as like failures or a failed relationship. I don't understand that, because I think you learn things from relationships. You learn how you love, you learn what you need, you learn what you want from people and what you won't accept. And I think at the end of it all, it's like amazing that we get to learn through each other and hopefully with love.
Something that we all picked up on as a team beforehand was that it's very Evanescence-esque.
I felt that when I played it live, weirdly, when I was doing the guitar and we were just kind of digging into that. I was just like, this is cool. It feels like old rock in a cool way.
Did you grow up listening to Evanescence at all?
Listen. If we want to open this can of worms, we've got Evanescence, we've got Paramore, you've got My Chem, you've got Fall Out Boy, you've got everyone. Kelly Quinn, hello.
Yeah, I did see Paramore in the O2 the last time they were here.
Stop.
Bawled my eyes out at The Only Exception.
Oh,
I
stop.
love that song. And,
Don't.
like, they hadn't performed that song in years, apparently. That's what they were saying on stage. I was like, Hayley, you're killing me.
I feel like I know Hayley Williams personally. It's not
know.
right. It's like, this is an extremely parasocial situation. I do feel like I know Miss Williams. Like,
Yeah.
that's my girl.
But she's one of us.
Yeah, she is though. And like, she dances sick.
Yeah, I find her performances, like her dancing style, very sexy.
I agree.
The way she kind of moves her body, she's so kind of confident in her own
Literally.
skin.
And the outfits right now are amazing. The styling, I'm just obsessed.
Yeah.
I love you, Hayley Williams.
Yeah. I'm really glad you can feel so wholeheartedly and feel like you're able to put pen to paper and be honest with, I mean, quite frankly, anyone who consumes your music, people that might come across you for the very first time.
I kind of always grew up feeling like there was this glass wall between me and other people. Like, I loved people watching. I just loved people. I've always felt very separate in terms of like, there's something weird or annoying about me growing up. Like, I spent so long trying to understand that and qualify it by any means as if it meant anything about me. And I just like, I think I realized in the last few years, the more I did stuff and the world didn't end, I was like, oh, like I got top surgery, the world didn't burn. I made a queer song with English and Arabic in it, the world didn't end. Like, all of these things are bringing me closer to my truth and my history and my background and things that are so relevant to me. So it feels incredible, and it feels easier and easier just because I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. While I have a platform, while I have the ability to, I just don't think now's the right time to be scared.
Yeah, and there must be something so liberating in being able to be so honest in your lyrics too. What was the process like in that studio? What do you need in that space to be like, right, we're going to write a good song today?
I love Danny and Orlando very much. So Danny Cassio, incredible producer, so talented, so fun, fellow Northerner, love it. And then we got Orlando, amazing artist, amazing writer. It's not a very sexy process for me personally, just because I will squirrel away into the corner of the room like, a pregnant cat or something.
Got you.
And I'll just like sit there and I'll write all the things and I'll be like, cool, I've got like 2 verse ideas or like a chorus and this and this. You might hate it, I don't care, like whatever. And I'll like give birth to the litter. Go tell them about it. And I go, is this stupid? And they go, no. And I go, brilliant. And then we write a song.
Something else I love about your music, Nxdia, is how you weave Arabic and English so seamlessly. And so, again, I'm using the word authentic a lot here, but it feels sincere and it feels real and it feels like you and it feels deliberate. Mm-hmm. How important is it to you to use Arabic in your music?
It's extremely important for me to use Arabic in my music, especially looking the way that I look and knowing that my background, I'm Egyptian, Sudanese, I'm non-binary, I have top surgery, like tattoos, piercings. There's a lot of things around what maybe people would assume people from Egypt look like or how people behave. And I wanted to include Arabic, especially in my dialect, because it's really obvious with Arabic what dialect you're speaking with. Like whatever you're saying, you can immediately tell where someone's from usually. And when I write in Arabic, I often will write with female pronouns and make sure that's the thing. So it's hidden to someone who doesn't understand Arabic, but someone who would understand Arabic would hear it. And they'd be like, oh, wait, did they mean... No, I meant that. Yeah, I meant that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's important just because I think I am so lucky, I'm so grateful to be able to live fully and to be myself and to be able to go down the street and not worry. Even when I walk around Egypt, like they're following me around with cameras like I'm a little cartoon because they don't see tattoos out and all that stuff. I don't feel unsafe at all. I feel really, really safe. And I think that's a huge privilege that, you know, I need to use to show people that they can also live as freely, and that's an option.
It's lovely that you have a sense of belonging as well, because you grew up in Cairo.
Yeah.
And for you to feel like you can be yourself, it's an amazing, amazing thing.
I'm so grateful, but I think it's just because it's so difficult to pretend to do anything else. I mean, even when I'd go into school and I'd be like, today I'm going to be quiet and mysterious. I did not manage that whatsoever. I made it to about second period, like maybe, and it's like when no one asked what was wrong with me, I was talking again. Like, do you know what I mean? I was just like, what the hell, guys? I've been mysterious for an hour, like what's going on? But yeah, so what I mean to say is like I've been so terrible at pretending to be anything else.
Yeah, and when it comes to writing the music, you do write a lot on intimacy. How does it feel for you to deliberately choose certain lyrics, for example, in Arabic over others? Because, I mean, I'm bilingual as well.
Yes, we know this.
You know. And some certain phrases in doing your first language might feel more profound. So the idea of me saying, I love you in Welsh, for whatever reason, holds more weight.
Yeah, I get that.
How does that feel for you in Arabic? Does that translate in your music?
Yeah, I think there's a lot more honesty, and also there's so many phrases that just mean what they mean in Arabic, and like I can tell you what it's similar to, but the depth of it, the texture of it, what it really means when you say it, like is different. So yeah, I love playing around with it because I feel like it's so interesting. I never think about people sitting there and like understanding what I'm saying, and I know that sounds so silly because even the English, I'm just like he, I'm writing what I think, you know what I mean? I'm not thinking about anyone consuming it. Yeah, I don't know, it's special to me because it's part of me. It's special to me because it's who I am, you know. I speak English and Arabic around the house, and to do that in a song, it's like an extra limb.
Have you always used Arabic in your songwriting?
No. Hey, there's a safety blanket, hey. Like if I sit there and I don't sing in Arabic, in the same way that when I was a kid, I wouldn't tell anyone my last name because I felt as though if I was to tell someone, they just assume they knew a lot about me, and they'd assume everything about my background. They'd assume everything about who I was. So there's a lot of stuff that I would admit. I wouldn't even speak Arabic out loud on the bus to school because I was in a mostly white school, and like I was being bullied horribly for being like both black and, you know, Egyptian. So I think the first song I did that with was Get Between It. It just made me really excited about music again. In a really, really special way at the time, yeah. I felt like I didn't really connect with all my songs, and then all of a sudden I remember that first studio session in Manchester and like being like, I'm gonna sing in English and Arabic, and like they were like, cool, and I was like, I can't believe I'm getting away with this, and it was just beautiful. I felt like that Elmo burning meme. I was like, finally, I can be myself.
Did it feel like an act of rebellion, especially if you'd been picked on growing up?
Massively. I was just like, why am I hiding a huge part of myself? I can't change this. And I don't want to. Like, I love it. And I love how Arabic sounds. I love how it's, especially Egyptian Arabic. I am biased. But sometimes I'll check to see if phrases are real. Because, like, sometimes I'll make up things in English and Arabic. So I'll call my mum and I'll check in with her sometimes, and she gets so excited to be part of any process, even if it's just spell checking my Arabic. Do you know what I mean? But it's good. It's just like brought me closer to everyone in my life.
How have your Arab fans taken this?
Honestly, that whole thing is so special. Like, I don't know how to explain it. The amount of times I've just seen a message being like, thank you so much. I've never seen another person who looks like me, who is like maybe Egyptian or brown or like just from a marginalized background in any way, who still has a connection with their parents, who still has all of this. Like, I've never seen an example of that, because I think often queerness is it's so tied to kind of ostracizing yourself from your family potentially. And it's this idea of liberation and freedom and not having, and like just letting go of all the people and all that stuff. And that is a really difficult thing, like to expect people to do, to just like give up everyone they've known and everyone that has known them to some capacity, whatever. So it's just really special when I get the messages, because it will always be someone being like, I don't feel alone anymore. And like, I found other people through your community. And that cycle is everything. That's all I want. And every single time I'm like weeping over my phone. I'm like, oh my freaking God. I'm like, I love you. I'm like, you're so special to me.
On that topic, will you ever release a album or a project in Arabic exclusively?
I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that. I think I just need the confidence.
Yeah.
And in the same way that sometimes I'll work with writers, I think it would be fun to work with a writer on that. Mainly probably just my mum.
Yeah.
And she's a great writer.
Let's rewind back to your childhood in Cairo. What do you remember the most about your time there when it comes to music?
I mean, we had a surprisingly silent household growing up. Like, there's no musicians in my family, no like instruments really. But my mum, who is an activist and a really cool person, she liked political music. So she showed me some Tracy Chapman, which was incredible, obviously, like the self-titled album. And also Janis Joplin was quite important. When it came to music around Egypt, you'd hear a bunch of different instruments. We had the tabla, which is like the really cool drums. You've got the oud, which is like
I love an oud.
Oh, it's so beautiful, right? I just think it sounds so amazing. I want to learn how to play it. I've played it a few times badly, but I think I could crack it with some time. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's a lot of really rich scales.
Have you integrated that in your music?
Yes, more so in the singing and also tabla sounds. Like, there'll be more of that, but I'm dragging in more oud for this next project. Like, I'm really, really excited.
Fast forward then to when you're 8.
Yes.
You moved to Manchester. What was your first experience of trying out music as something that you could feasibly do for a living?
African drumming, locally.
Okay.
There was a centre, Said Arts, incredible. I'd go to this thing called All Sorts, and there were people in my high school that I'd never speak to that suddenly would talk to me after this, which is really nice, because I felt like I didn't really have friends throughout secondary in a really kind of tangible way. But then this amazing opportunity came through where it was like everything, doing a course for 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
And they're incredible.
Yeah.
And they're just so talented. The voice on John as well, like, they're incredible.
Yeah.
That was the first time someone sat in front of me and was like, yeah, just get distro kid, idiot. And I was like, what? Because in my head I thought you had to go to X Factor, or you had to go on a big show and you had to sing really good in a ballad and like have really strong vocals, and that way you could become a singer. Everything that I thought was a rule, because I didn't have anyone around me making music who could tell me it wasn't, just dissipated. Because I was like, oh, I can just produce something and make it with a producer or release it and no one can stop me.
Have you always wanted to do this kind of music? Has that always felt authentic, or did you try out lots of different things first?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. I don't know, man. I really liked pop.
Yeah.
But I really liked pop, in a sugary pop. It was very like sweet and earnest. There was still stuff that was around like queer ideas and stuff like that. I think my first song that ever came out, that you probably can only find on like SoundCloud now, it was called Complex, and it was about a girl. And like, that was cool. And it's funny because I hadn't even come out at that point. So I don't know why I did that. That was so silly. Like, I hadn't even really come out to myself. But yeah, I'd say that started off in a very like A-B, this is what pop music's meant to sound like. Went on to a kind of more R&B-ish vibe, but then I started resenting the fact that even when I wasn't making R&B, people would be talking about the fact like, oh, her honeyed vocals, and I'd be like, this is your way of saying brown person. Like, I don't, that feels a bit weird.
Yeah.
So I stepped away from it a lot more, and maybe my intentions there weren't just to like explore music, it was also to try and define myself outside of what people would assume I'd make. So I think there was a lot of kind of rebellion against it, and I did that by exploring everything and like getting to choose and do everything and getting to like play around a lot of different sonics.
What were those early gigs like?
I didn't start off as a confident performer at all. Oh my God. All I did growing up was just overthink and think everything I was doing was just so stupid.
How do you get past that point then of figuring out actually what I'm doing has validity and it feels like me?
I think at some point you just have to like yourself. Like you realize I'm in this body, I've got this brain, I actually like elements of my life and I can make it a life that I love more. And music is such a healing thing anyway. Like in the way that you watch how music brings people together. I think the first gig I went to was a John Bellion one in Manchester Academy, and it was like so brilliant. And I remember him saying like, oh, is anyone here a creative? And I was just like, me. I was like so excited. But in that moment, I think remembering stuff like that and remembering how completely engrossed I was in the artist in front of me and how special that was. It's not for me to decide how people are receiving me. It's for me to like have as much freedom and fun, as be authentic as I can be, and then hope that they just accept that and join in.
And it's becoming more electronic. We heard that on Lovemesick on the entire EP. Is that what you're working on at the moment?
I did this trip to Egypt where I just recorded everything, and it was while She Likes a Boy was blowing up, and I think because I felt so far away from it physically, but a really big thing was happening for me, and it was really exciting. But I was also in Egypt with my dad, like running around. I filmed conversations, I filmed like the chatter of stuff in the background. I had these interviews with my grandma, who's unfortunately like since passed, but this is the kind of stuff that I want to bring into the next project. I want the electronic, I want more Egyptian sounds, I want, guitar. One of the really beautiful things that was in what I'd filmed was right after I'd like gone to my grandma and I was like, hey, is there anything that you regret, anything you wanted to do in your lifetime that you didn't? And she was like, God gave me everything that I needed, everything I could ever want. The video stops. I hadn't watched the camcorder thing in like 3 years. And I just remember when I saw it last year while I was making music, it's been bookmarked in my head for a long time to fully go through those videos, fully share what it looked like to grow up in Roxy in Cairo, to grow up around like Cordoba, around like there's places in Egypt that are so beautiful, and it's such a amazing, rich culture that so many people have no idea what the streets of Egypt look like without imagining like a pyramid. And like, I get it, but also it's bigger than that. So the direction will be electronic, but it will also just ultimately me forcing myself to explore the culture a lot more in the sonics.
Yeah, and face yourself and your heritage too, and your family. And they must be so proud of you, Nxdia. I saw your mum's reaction on TikTok to your music being on the new Prime series off campus. Not one, but 2 songs. 2 songs!
Literally. So you saw the reaction and you're like, your mom must be so proud. It's so funny. She was. First of all, off campus, I genuinely love that show.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, I feel like it really tackles such difficult topics with a real gentleness and ease that I think with that show, there were literal moments where I was sitting there expecting him to be like toxic man about it and no, like I'll tell you what to do. And like, it really wasn't that. So I was really happy that my songs were in something that's actually kind of really handles a lot of issues that people face well.
Was it strange showing your mum, especially when, I mean, you try and hide away from family when sex scenes come on anyway, or at least pull out your phone like, oh, I don't even know what's happening. Well,
yeah.
But the fact that your music is literally in a sex scene.
Yeah. I will say sex scenes aren't what they used to be. Like, whoa. I don't know whether to look at 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
But back in my day, when I was watching 12s or whatever, it was like a sex scene was like people under a blanket or something like that. But this is like, there's something so brutal about sitting there with your mum while she's beaming with pride and also snuggled with disgust at the just full flashing that's going on. But at least the next one is in a hockey game. So that's nice and easy.
How did you find out that your music was going to be on the show?
Oh, it's so weird. I saw Aubrey Hobart talk about this online, and I saw like, I think the Beaches and stuff, like some other really cool, amazing artists that I'm obviously rightfully obsessed with. But it was literally like I got a message being like, oh, would you be cool with the song being in the show? And I was like, off-campus hockey, what do I know about hockey? Nothing. Okay, cool. Like I was like, absolutely, yeah, why not?
Had you seen Heated Rivalry beforehand?
No, I really hadn't. And it's weird because I should have probably. I mean, the show was extremely popular.
Yes.
What I will say is I just didn't know anything about hockey, and I didn't think anything of it because you can't months in advance know if something's going to hit. It was such a pleasant surprise and it was so fun. And I was just, when it happened, I just remember like there was a Rubik's Cube in the scene and I was like, yes, I solve Rubik's Cubes. This is amazing. They knew it was me. And I was like, they obviously didn't know that.
Is there another film or TV show you would love your music to be in?
Oh, wow. I mean, all of them, please. I would really like it if everyone suddenly wanted to put my music in everything. Quite frankly, that would be a treat. But if it was like something specific, if it was Euphoria season 1 or 2, I would have said that would have been really cool. That's all I'll say.
And like, what a surreal thing to see your music being interpreted on screen for something, for their own story.
Yeah.
But then your story also woven in.
I know.
Cool.
And it's like after the Finding Emily trailer, like earlier this year, I'm just so confused because I've seen edits. I've seen edits with my song in it before. Like obviously I've seen that, but like a screen in an official capacity and you're showing it like everywhere and people kind of have to watch it. Like brilliant.
Yeah, and those two songs, More and Body on Me, they're on the debut mixtape you dropped last year. I Promise No One's Watching.
Yeah.
Big fan of the mixtape.
Thank
it's
you.
Great. You take us on a journey, and it's a huge moment for any artist to drop a long form project.
Yeah, it was scary.
What was it about what you wanted to say that felt cohesive enough to be part of something with so many songs on it?
I think what I was angling for really was that I didn't feel like I was at a cohesive point. I felt like with those songs, I'd experienced a year of just like mess and stress. I feel like I was performing so many songs live that people knew and people were singing along and they weren't out there. And it was this process where I hadn't released for a while and I had all this music I was sharing that people were asking after. And I was just like, oh, I don't really have like the thing that's cohesive right now. I had to sit down and I had to let go. And I had to be like, you know what? The full picture is messy and it's just a year of that's just happening to me. Good but too. And I just needed to let it out and not be so precious about it. So I just wanted to release something that I loved, and I love all those songs still. I love performing them and a lot of them mean so much to me. And Body on Me and More right now are going crazy. It's so fun to like a year later have a viral thing with that. It's like silly. But what I mean to say is it just felt like a release in every sense of the word.
Generally speaking, when you're writing a song, where does it start? Is it a lyric? Does it parachute into your life out of nowhere that you need to think, I need to write this down, I need to record this into my phone? Is it a guitar riff?
Oh, I mean, there is a guitar riff that I've been messing around with the past 2 days in Logic that I'm like obsessed with, and I'm trying to get that out of my head if I'm being honest. But usually it haunts me. Like literally, it's horrible. So it started like, I'll sit there and I don't know, I need to marinate for a bit. Someone might wrong me in the moment and I'll be angry like 3 days later. I'll be like, wait a second. You what did you do? Like, I didn't know. So yeah, it just haunts me. It follows me around. I'll be thinking it and then I'll see something that reminds me of the song and I'm like, I need to write that song. And like She Likes a Boy was a similar thing where that chorus permeated my dreams.
It's a necessary thing for you.
Yeah, which is why I don't understand how people don't journal. Like that's so crazy to me.
But writing songs like these, they've led you to have famous fans, people like Elton John come knocking on your door.
Don't even.
Got artists like Rachel Chinouriri, Alessi Rose, Erin LeCount, Paris Paloma. I mean, these are incredible artists in their own right. Is there anyone where you lobbed your phone across the other side of the room because you're like, oh my God, they just followed me. I don't know what to do.
I mean, to be fair, when Rachel Chinouriri did it, I was kind of like, this is great. Denzel Curry, before he unfollowed everyone, that was crazy to me. And then like some of the Chase Atlantic guys, I think those moments I was just like, there's no way. Yeah. I'm not a real concrete person that exists within your freaking sphere. Like, you don't know I exist. You did this by accident. Yeah. What's amazing about so many of the artists that you've mentioned is I've known them for years. I remember meeting Erin and Leslie at like a picnic 3 years ago. And to see them now and how much they've grown is like amazing. And Rachel Chinouriri, for example, came up to me at Bloodfest. It's like everything's connected in a way that I just didn't really imagine. I really was excited when Peach PRC followed me as well. I think she's amazing.
PRC. Is there anyone in particular that you would love your music to reach?
I mean, I was obsessed with Pink growing up, and I was obsessed with Stromae, this French artist, but I think in the last literal 6 or 7 years, I don't want to say 6, 7 because I'm 25. Basically, there's been no one I've listened to more than Dominic Fike.
Ugh.
And I feel like if he liked my music, I'd be like, that's really cool.
Yeah. Well, they do.
I would never want to meet him.
Well, now you say that, but
I'm gonna be a freak. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to meet Pink. I don't want to meet Stromae. I don't want to meet. I just want them to wave across the room. I saw them once.
Yeah. Love you.
Love you.
I can see a world where a Dominic Fike, Kevin Abstract, Nxdia collaboration happens though, because the Blush record is very collaborative.
I feel like those dogs where you just were like, walk. you were like treats. And I was like, yeah. Honestly, Kevin Abstract, he not only was that album incredible, and like Sekou was on it, and how incredible is Sekou? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so good. It was also like, he released this thing years ago called Miserable America, and it was one of the best. I think it's one of my favorite songs of all time. Kevin Abstract is so incredible, and obviously the Brockhampton history, the lore.
I know.
And they put Dominic Fike on, if you remember. Not that I know all these things.
Clearly.
I'm a normal fan.
You're wrapped up in it.
I've only been to 2 gigs. It's normal. It's normal.
2 gigs more than many, though.
He's had 1 UK tour. It's the only tour where I've gone to see 2 dates intentionally. God damn it. Worth it. Massively worth it.
Absolutely.
The coolest thing happened after, actually, which is really fun. This is going to sound so stupid, but it's actually when I sat there and I was like, hey, I'm really doing this music thing. I'm waiting in this queue. I managed to squeeze into the front somehow after showing up at 6 p.m. As I'm running down, this girl shouts, she goes, hey, so sorry, can my friend get a picture with you? And it was a few years ago when like that wasn't happening kind of as often. It's still like not crazy or anything, but I was like, I wanted barrier. So I was like, give me a sec, just find me after and I'll take that picture with you. Okay, honey? Great. So I'm really excited, so flattered, but I'm also like, I'm about to get barrier, excited. Afterwards, sat there. We know like he's not going to come out or anything, but me and my friend Elena are kind of like sat there. And I remember the bassist coming out and I was like, Stu! Like I knew him. It was like really bad. But he actually came over. And I remember being like, what do I say now? I was like, I really loved your set. It was really cool. And I was trying to be really chill. I was trying to be like, hey, like I think you're really awesome. Like you have a nice night, like whatever. And then he was like, oh cool, like what do you do? And I was like, oh, I'm a musician. And he was like, cool. Turns to my friend, like, what do you do? And in that moment, those girls from earlier shouted over, they were like, hey, so sorry to bother you, but can we have that picture now? I was like, yes, you bloody can. I was like, yes, you can. I nearly kissed him on the mouth. I was like, yes. And I was so excited because I was literally like, thank you for making me seem like an artist. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was divine timing.
Cosmic.
I come back and I was like, yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry,
what were we saying?
Crazy.
Like, what were we saying? And it was just so nice. I was just like, this is the coolest thing that could have happened to me right now.
Yeah, what a win.
It was brilliant. They made me look great. I was like,
you've also had the chance to tour people like Catbirds, which is wicked. Yeah. How long does your friendship go back?
We met so randomly at like, this was all in all, I'd say shocking night for me. With a great win in the end, because I obviously got to meet Kat and Jacqueline and like that incredible group of people. But I came to visit London for a session. I had like a friend there, the session, blah, blah. I'm coming back, Manchester, in, and I'm out. Like, do you know what I mean? No hotel, easy. So I go and I'm looking at like Euston Station and I look up and it's just Watford Junction. I'm in hell. So I'm literally like, what am I gonna do? So I called my friend and I was like, hey, I'm going to come to your DJ set. I remember going up to Kat because I saw Kat and I was just like, I think you're incredible. I've been listening to music. You're doing great. Like, amazing. Whatever. I'm not going to bother you. Bye. And she was like, I've seen you on like little posts and stuff like that. And I was like, this changes the conversation because now I'm not a stranger. This is cool.
Yeah.
We just ended up partying and talking, and then now we're like such good friends, and we've done a tour together, and that's so weird.
Yeah.
Right?
And she's such a massive role model.
Kat's incredible, and like so not just like authentic on stage and like in the songwriting. It is just across everything. That is genuinely amazingly talented human being.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful to have her in my life at all, just as someone to look up to as well.
She's built such an amazing community with her music. Has she given you any morsels of advice on how you can nurture your community as well?
It's interesting. Like my community, I found that it was forming mostly last year, and in a heavy way post, like for the first time, like post She Likes a Boy. And I felt it was mostly because like I was so desperate to be in front of them in a very actual and like physical sense. But I think what I learned from Kat really was just consistency and her discipline and her vocals live on stage as well.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
She's the coolest person alive. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you are just as devoted to your fans as they are to you. Do you have a message for them?
Some of them do take the at me a lot, actually, so maybe chill on that. Which is sweet. Well, I think if I have a message for my community in any way, it's just that they're not really alone. You're never really alone. Like, there's people there for you, whether you accept it or not. I want to be here. I want to create a world where we can escape into when we're not feeling, and like whatever ugly feeling you have that you feel like is so unbearable that you can't say it out loud because everyone's going to think it's weird. I promise you 1 million people feel the same way. Life's a big, long, freaking stressful thing. I'm still trying to get my head around taxes.
Tell me about it.
So what I mean to say is like lean on people, listen to the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, get involved. Come to a show.
And you'll feel free.
You'll feel free. That's all it is. There's no judgment.
Yeah. Is there a most you song that you've ever made? Is there one that you feel particularly connected to?
That's a difficult one, I think, because I feel different every freaking hour. Like every hour of every day, it just feels so different. So it's hard to define it as that. But on that topic, to be fair, Feel Anything, I think, would probably be the one. Mostly because whether I like it or not, I'm quite dramatic and sensitive. And as much as I like to play it down, I think having the intimacy of that first half and like the sensitivity and stuff like that is there, and the voice notes from my friends when we were like in Epping Forest running around.
Oh,
and like,
because I love the voice note right to the end. It's almost like a pep talk. Like you've just been on a night out, you're slumped over, and it's like, right, get moving, come on.
It was it's funny. We were literally just on a hill somewhere on a picnic blanket, just having fruit, lighting incense.
Yeah,
but it was great. But yeah, having that polarity with the second half of the kind of craziness and like another aspect of me, the hyperactivity and the like hunger and like wanting passion and stuff like that. I think whether I like it or not, it's a pretty accurate reflection of me.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a beautiful, beautiful song, first and foremost. I love it. It's wicked. It's one of my favourites. So I'm glad it's one of yours
too. That made you feel anything at all.
Now, I always ask these final 3 questions to everyone who rolls through on this sofa. You ready?
I don't know.
It's fine. It's nothing scary.
I don't know.
What's your most played album of all time?
Oh, I'm scared to say it.
It's all right. It's a safe space.
This was my most played one.
Okay.
I understand there's been controversy since.
Uh-oh.
Our Angels by Grimes was a big one for me.
Okay. I was expecting something else, so you're fine.
Oh, there's different kinds of controversy. Like, we don't need to go into that. Don't worry. No, there's certain morals I'm like on. Actually, to be fair, Racine Carré, Stromae. That album was like back to front. I know it, and I don't speak French.
Yeah.
So I'm probably saying it wrong.
Second question. What's the album you have on repeat right now?
Oh, easy. The Slater album, West Girl in America. So easy. Yeah.
How wicked is it as well to see Crank doing so well?
Did you hear the growl and everything that she was doing live? The thing is, Slater's been doing this for years as well. It's like, I feel like when I saw that name, I was like, oh, she's back. Like, hell yeah. And like, I don't think people know how long she's been in that scene and she's been killing it. Like, all the music is just beautiful.
Yeah. Who's a rising star? We need to know.
I love what Masterpiece is doing right now.
Yes.
I think it's really cool. And I think he's been having a really exciting sound for a minute that I just don't hear done as well. Like, often. Also, didn't he get literally like a crazy award?
He got an Ivan Novello.
Ivan Novello for it, and I was just like, absolutely deserved. But he's a machine. He'll be next door in the studio. Like, he'll go play a show and he'll come back and he'll do another studio. He's so amazing and he's so dedicated. And I love his band as well. Yeah. So I think Masterpiece is great. In America, Kane Culto. There's
I don't
no
know
way.
this artist.
Oh my God. Amazing. Costuming, the politics, like how they present everything. It's incredible. Queer, bold, in your face. Like, it's gorge. I think really cultural as well. Really beautiful.
I'll add that to my playlist.
Yeah.
Nadia, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Sian. That was so fun. Thank
You're
you.
the best.
You are the best.
No.
I worship at your altar.
You're the best.
So.
No, you hang up.
No, you hang up. What are you doing?